Hello, welcome to Vaping Zone University. In today's Vaping 101 class, we're going to talk about the T3 Clearomizer. We'll go over how to fill it. We'll go over the maintenance and care and how to vape. So let's get started. Looking here close up at the tank, you'll see the indicators from 3 milliliters to 0. You notice that the tank separates from the wick at the bottom, not the top. And the wick is therefore at the bottom. So when we fill, we want to first concentrate on the wick. Always have a paper towel handy, and of course your favorite e-liquid. The first thing we do is concentrating on the wick, which as you can see are these little white things sticking out from the center pipe. First thing we do is we make sure we put a drop or two on both sides of the wick. Now we put 1, 2, 3 drops down the center pipe. Now hold the bottom of the wick assembly. Take your paper towel, like you're blowing out your birthday candles, real quick, and then we'll set that aside. Now we fill the tank upside down in 45 degrees. Take the tip of our e-liquid bottle, place it right on the edge like you're filling up a glass of your favorite frosty beverage. Very slow and careful not to get any juice down that center pipe. Patience and always rewarded. We want to fill just to the top of that pipe, as you can see, keeping it upside down. Replace the wick assembly and screw just to where it's finger tight. You never want to over tighten, because in doing so you might strip the threads or worst case break the tank. So we'll wipe it off. And always good practice to take your full tank and set it aside for at least 5 minutes and let the juice soak into the wick and the coil. Let's give that a moment and then we'll take a vape. Now that our tank is full, we set aside, and as always good practice, leave it sit for about 5 or 10 minutes so that the e-liquid can soak completely into the wicks and into the coil. So we'll have great flavor and great vapor. Let's give that a second. We'll come back and take a vape. Okay, now that we have our T3 Clearomizer full, it's been set aside for a few minutes to give that wick the opportunity to soak up the e-liquid. Let's screw it onto our battery and give it a vape. Now remember, when putting it on the battery, always just finger tight, and that's particularly important here because airflow through these holes is very important. So if you over tighten it, you'll restrict the airflow and it'll flood the e-liquid into the coil, and that leads to very bad vaping. So let's give it a good vape. As always in vaping, not like smoking an analog cigarette, more like taking a sip out of a straw. We press the button, make sure it's on, and take a sip. That's good vapor. Well, I hope this has been informative and helpful. Remember, don't smoke, vape.